Beside me here, guys, I got a 2026 Chevy Tahoe High Country in black. We're gonna do a review on it. Let me know what you guys think. All right, guys, so in front of me here, we've got the 2026 Chevrolet Tahoe High Country here in black. Now, for starters, this one here has the sun and tow package, and that is it for packages. And really, who is this SUV for? Well, if you want to spend over 100,000 Canadian, then this is obviously an SUV that would be a good option, especially for a three-row SUV. And I do have to say, I really like the design of the new Chevy Tahoes. I think they've done a really good job with the exterior, and then when we get into the interior too, I think they've nailed the interior look when it comes to technology, the screen layout, and comfort as well. So we'll start here at the front. You've got these massive headlights here. So you've got these C-shaped LED daytime running lights. You've got another light up here, and then you've got your headlight as well, which is LED. Now in the center here, we've got the brushed aluminum grille here with the gold Chevy bow tie there, and a camera right below that for your 360 camera. Parking sensors there on the bumper with your fog lights, and then you've got here more of that brushed aluminum piece down below. You've got decent ground clearance as well. Let me know what you guys think about the newly designed Tahoe they did a couple years back. That's it at the front here, guys. Let's take a look underneath the hood and go over the engine of choice. All right, guys, so underneath the hood here of this Chevy Tahoe, we've got the 6.2 liter naturally aspirated V8 with 420 horsepower and 460 pound-feet of torque mated to the 10-speed. Now, if you don't want a gas option, you can get the 3-liter Duramax diesel, which is personally something I would probably get in a vehicle like this. But let me know what you guys think. That's underneath the hood here. Let's take a look around the Chevy Tahoe and go over its options. All right, so let's take a look around the Chevy Tahoe here, and we'll start with the tire and wheel setup. So we're sitting on Bridgestone tires. 275/50 R22s is the tire size. So this is actually a 22-inch wheel as opposed to the 24s. I like the 22s. I think they look good on this vehicle. You've got this kind of gunmetal gray color going on. You've got the gold Chevy bow tie there. Carpeted liner inside. No air suspension on this SUV in particular, which you can get air suspension if you want, but this one does not have it. You've got the High Country logo here on the side. Body matched mirror cap, camera here, as well as a light. Now here's a side profile view. So this is what the Tahoe looks like. If you want a bigger version of this vehicle, you have to go with the Suburban. No power running board here, but I like the fact that they've given you keyless entry on all 4 doors as opposed to just the front 2. You've got some more brushed aluminum around it, and then also on the roof racks as well. You can also see you got the Tahoe name there too at the bottom of the door panel. Now this is what the interior looks like. So it's going to be an all black interior with some brown. You've got High Country stitched there in the headrest. And I do have to say the seats are very comfy. They don't feel as stiff as they used to be, but I do like the stitching here in the seat. You've got your seat adjustments here as well. High Country there on the door sill, if we can get a glimpse of that. Chevrolet here on the carpets. And then this is what the dash looks like. So you've got some really nice wood trim here. And this is where I feel like the Tahoe for the newly designed version is a lot nicer inside. And I could say the quality of the material looks a little bit better and does feel better. You've got a handle here on this side to help you get in. High Country there on the top of the dash, and then here's a look at that full moonroof. But you've got a storage pocket here as well, and then here's a look at what the door panel looks like. So you've got some nice perforation here. You've got some real wood trim, lock and unlock, and then you got your Bose speaker. Now the seats are heated and ventilated, no massaging seats in the Tahoe. And then here's a look at the back here. Now I like the fact, this is one thing that I've noticed, is the door panel opens almost 90 degrees. So as you can see, the entry point to get in is very nice. You can see you've got the High Country mountains there on the door sill. And then here's what the seat looks like. So soft and plush, I do have to say they're nice. You know, as you can see, I'm pushing down on the seat and they are comfy. Before, they used to be a little bit harder for sure, but I think for 26, they've done a good job with the seats. You've got your cup holders here. You've got climate control, heated seats, 2 USB-Cs, and then a 120 plug. You can get screens back here if you wish. Now you can put the seats down a couple ways. There's a button here and the seat will fold down just like that. And if you push it again, the seat will move up all the way, and then you have an easy entry point into the 3rd row. You do have this entry point here as well. Now, as you can see in the back here for the 3rd row, there is an indent for taller passengers. You've got cup holders there, and then a USB-C over there, and then a USB-C over there. So, you know, you've got some charge ports back there for the 3rd row. And then you can put the seat down just like that. You have an armrest as well. Now you can put the seats down manually just by clicking this up twice, and then these also move forward and back, and they do recline. So I'll show you guys how I would get in here as someone who's about 5'11". All right, so hopping inside, some people may prefer a stationary running board, but getting inside, you got the running board, and then you have a handle on both sides to help you get in. But like I said, I do feel like the seats have changed in comfort for 26. I'm not too sure if it's true or not, but they do feel less hard and a little bit more softer. So that's one good thing to note. Very comfortable in here. I like the panoramic moonroof. Now with the moonroof, you're gonna kind of get compromised on headroom. Like right now, I probably have like 2 inches of room and that's it, but very comfy. You can get screens back here as well, so that's one good thing. These do recline, and like I mentioned, they do go forward and back, but it is very comfy back here, I do have to say. You've got your vents here, you got a little coat hanger there and a light as well. No speakers, it looks like, here at the top. But that's really it for the back here, and then getting out, very easy. Like I said, you got your handle and the running board. So let me know what you guys think. So we'll close the door here, and then we'll just quickly take a look at the back tire and wheel, and you also have a carpet liner as well. So that's it for the side, guys. Let's take a look at that back tailgate. All right, so in the back here of the Chevy Tahoe High Country here, we'll start in the middle. We only got the Tahoe name and the Chevy bow tie. There is no indication that this is actually a High Country. Personally, I do like the clean look back here. I think it does look nice. You've got quad tipped exhaust tips there and some brushed aluminum there at the bottom of the bumper. You also have your parking sensors down below. You do have your LED taillights here as well. Now, there are a couple things to note back here. One, you have 2 cameras. One is for your backup camera and one is for your rear camera mirror. Now, you can open up the back glass here just by clicking this button here, and you're able to get into the back here without actually opening up the full tailgate. Now, I do like the fact that they stole the wiper here in this lip. As you can see, it just makes it a lot cleaner. Instead of putting it right here, I just think that it looks better like this. Now, to open up the back here, all you do is push this button, and then you're able to open up the back tailgate here on the Tahoe. Now, this is what the room looks like back here. If you do need more room back here and need people in the back of the 3rd row, you're gonna have to go to the Suburban. It's gonna give you about a foot more room. If this will suffice, you can put the seats down. So right here, you can actually put the 3rd row seats down. You can actually put them up and down, but the 2nd row seats, you can only put them down just like that. So you could probably fit a mattress in here for sure if you want to lay back here, because I think it's, you know, a decent amount of room for sure. But if you don't need the 3rd row all the time, you can just use the front 2 and put the 3rd row seats down to make it flat and give you ample amount of room. You do have a little bit of storage under here, but not much. So that's really it, guys, for the back here. Now, to close it, all you do is push this button and they will come down just like that. Let me know what you guys think about the back here. One other thing to note is to put fuel, it is on the driver's side. Now, that's it for the back here. Let's take a look at those seats behind the driver. I just want to thank Applewood GM here in Mississauga, Ontario. Go see my boy Zach. He'll hook you up with a great deal. All right, so hopping inside here to show you guys what this side looks like on the back of the driver's side of things. Again, here's this door panel. It looks really nice and soft. It's all black here, as we can see. You got some wood trim here, lock and unlock. You got your Bose speaker here, High Country there on the door sill, just this 2 mountain peaks there. And here's a look at what the seat looks like. So they're nice, soft as well, which is good. And then here's a look also at what the back here looks like for your climate control and your cup holders. Now, this here will actually move back. There's a button that you can push there at the top that moves this back, which I'll show you guys, and it gives access to the back here for the back passengers, easy access to like the cup holders and climate control. And then here's a look at the moonroof. Let me know what you guys think, but let's take a look at those seats at the front there. All right, guys, so we are inside the Chevy Tahoe here, and we'll start with the steering wheel. It's a leather-wrapped steering wheel here, as we can see. No Super Cruise here at the top, as we can see on the top of the steering wheel, but you do have your cruise control buttons over here with adaptive cruise control, of course. Over here, you've got your heated steering wheel button, and then this is actually to control your digital display here in the instrument cluster. So it does look a little busy, but if you want to change it, all you do is push this button here. You can put your maps on here too, which is pretty cool. You can go through and change the settings depending on what you want. If you want more of like a clean screen here, you can do that, and then you can go to this mode here, and then you can go back to this mode. So like I said, it's just going to depend on the user, and then you can scroll through and change whatever radio favorites you want. You've got call hang up, call pickup, as well as your voice command. Now, you do have paddles at the back here, and then below that are your tuning buttons, which you can change. Now, as you can see here, we do have a heads up display. Now, this here takes up a lot of the dash. This heads up display is pretty big, but it does take up a lot at the front here. But at the top here, it's kind of got like this soft touch rubber, I would say, which, you know, it's not too bad. It looks okay. You've got a speaker here on both sides on the 8 pillars, and then one in the middle there. You do have more of a perforation here on the passenger side, like I said, with that High Country there. You do have that lower glove box area as well, but I do have to say, compared to the previous design Tahoe, this looks a lot better. I also like the fact that they got rid of that stupid thing for your, you know, park, reverse, neutral, drive, those buttons that you had to click. I do like this a lot better. I think it feels better. And then you've got your toggles here for your wipers as well. Let me know what you guys think about the interior so far. This is the screen here. I do think it integrates itself nicely into the dash. Here we've got a 2-section part of the screen, so you can scroll through here if you want to change things over on this side. But I like the fact that your maps are a little bit bigger here, and then you got your audio. Now, if you want to have audio take up the full screen, you just click this hotkey here. If you want maps to take up the whole screen, you can do that, and it's very responsive. As you can see, we're here at Applewood GM here in Mississauga, Ontario, and then you can hit home here at the top and then scroll through. So depending on which screens you want, I do have to say the camera quality is really good in these vehicles, and then you have a bunch of different angles. So you can do overhead, you can do the back here too, you can do the hitch, you can do sides. So that's really cool to do as well. You can turn the screen off. So right here, if you push that and hold that, it'll just go into this comm screen, and then you push it again, and then it'll go back on as well. So, and then you can also see you have your volume here. You've got Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You can control the climate here as well. So if you click the climate here, it'll go into the climate setting. You have more hotkeys here for your climate down below. It is dual zone climate, heat and ventilated seats, of course. We'll go back to the home page. I do wish they had buttons for your climate. Like they have these down here that you can change, you know, the temperatures, and then you can turn the fan on or off. So it does have somewhat of a climate control, but most of it is in the screen. Let me know what you guys think about the screen. It's very responsive. You know, you've got a lot of controls here. You can change the heads-up display here as well, but let me know what you guys think. I think it's very intuitive and it works well. Down below here, you got your vents, you got your push button start here. It does have a wireless charging pad. You've got USB, USB-C, and then your hazards are here as cup holders. And then here is a look at the center console. So you got this really nice soft padding here with some nice perforation. We can open it up, and as you notice, there's not a deep pocket, but like I told you guys before, there's a button here that you click, and this will move itself back, so it gives easier access to the back passengers, and it gives you more room, but it also gives you more storage. So I think that's a really cool setup that they've done here. And then you push the button again and it will come forward. That is one thing to do, you know, for a cool party trick inside here. Now at the top here, as you can see, you've got your rear camera mirror here. You've got your tailgate max height if you want to change it to 3/4 or off. Now the cool thing is you can put the seats up and down here, the third row seats. If I push this button here, we can have the seat go up just like that. So that is one cool thing to do. Instead of going all the way at the back there, you can close the sunshade, open up your moonroof if you need to. You know, you can tilt it. You got your lights here. So a lot of cool things. And then you also have your OnStar as well with your sun visors too. So let me know what you guys think about the inside of the Chevy Tahoe. Personally, I think they've done a great job with this design Tahoe from an exterior and interior point of view. Let me know what you guys think, but I'm sure you're wondering what the price is. So let's go outside, give you guys my final thoughts, and talk price. All right, guys, so let's talk price. 2026 Chevrolet Tahoe High Country here in black. We're sitting at $110,722 Canadian. Let me know what you guys think about the Chevy Tahoe in the comments. I honestly really like this newly designed Chevy Tahoe they did a couple years back. I think it's a great contender in the lineup, even compared to maybe a GMC Yukon. This is just a little bit cheaper, you know, for a nicely equipped High Country 3-row SUV. So let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. That'll conclude this review, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.